Hi everyone, this is my week 9 video, 3/4 of the way there, and I'm really excited and actually already kind of getting a little bit sad thinking about leaving my placement and the kids on my caseload. Like I said, I've been trying to kind of prepare the kids that, I'm going to be gone in 7 weeks, and although some of the other interns, or 8 weeks, although some of the other interns are staying the full course of the school year, I'm just kind of trying to prepare my students and let them know that my supervisor will be taking over and seeing them for the last, 8 weeks or so of the school year that I won't be there. So I'm just trying to get those things in order and get ready for endings. Completed both of my process recordings, so that was exciting. And now I'm trying to just finish up my ethics presentation, which is on privacy and confidentiality in the school. So that's going really well, and I think it's going to be great. And I think that the other interns at the placement who I'm presenting to will find it pretty beneficial, because I think that the schools have kind of a different limits of confidentiality that you kind of have to take into account than other settings. So that'll be good. This week is kind of exciting because I have the opportunity to go to a play therapy workshop at one of the local hospitals. My supervisor and I are going to be attending that together. So it's a couple hours in the morning and it's free with breakfast. And so we'll get to learn a little bit about play therapy. It's actually for school social workers too. So I'm excited for that. Not only I think it's great for my field placement, but also I'll be able to utilize what I learn in the workshop professionally working on the children's inpatient unit. So I'll certainly let you guys know how that goes. That's this Wednesday. So in my next video, I'll let you guys know about that. Hours are going well. Just keep my fingers crossed for no more snow. I think we're supposed to get a little bit tomorrow, but that should be fine, and hopefully maybe just a delay. So I'm hoping not to miss any more days, and I'm right on track to finish up at the end of April. One kind of issue that we've been having at the school lately is trying to get everybody on board. And I think that's one of the most difficult things for me at this field placement, is that I think that it's different than my prior work experience in the field, like at the hospital, because the school is so big and there's so many different members of the team from different disciplines. Like we have the teachers, the guidance counselors, the social workers, the principals, like everybody's has such a different mindset and, different agenda with the kids. And right now I have one of my students who's very difficult to deal with, and we have him on a behavior chart. And I think I've mentioned in the past that he that a lot of the teachers aren't filling out the charts and not submitting them. And so that's been difficult enough to try to get everybody on board with that. But I spoke with his mother, and she's very upset. He's been doing terribly in classes, and the teachers were supposed to be signing his agenda. They're not signing his agenda. And, we kind of made a deal that it's difficult for the teachers, to have that responsibility because they're so busy, and that he would have to present them with his agenda to get it signed, and he's not doing that. He's getting in trouble behaviorally. He stayed after school one day and stole a pair of sneakers from another student in the locker. He's just getting in all kinds of trouble. So I talked to his mother, and she really kind of yelled at me and didn't really give him any accountability, kind of blamed the school for his poor grades and his misbehaviors. And she basically is advocating for him to get like a para, somebody to follow him around all day long, but the school is not budgeted for that. And there's actually an alternative school that with smaller classes, that if that's the kind of setting she wants, that he would kind of have to be referred to there. But she doesn't want him there because that's where the bad kids are, she says. So I'm trying to remember the things that she said. She said that the school is giving her son a rope to hang himself with, and that we allow him to misbehave because we give him too much freedom. So I listened to her concerns, and I really actually understand where she was coming from, because she's kind of been calling the school and giving everybody a hard time that her son's doing so poorly, and not much is changing besides we came up with the behavioral plan. So I've been advocating to the assistant principal, who's kind of in charge of him and whatever plans we put in place. And she really seems to minimize his behaviors. A lot of times when he's referred to her office, she's not really giving him any consequences or detentions. We'd asked that he not be allowed to stay after school because of stealing the sneakers, and she says that she's not going to implement that, and that she doesn't know what everyone's talking about. And it's not that big of a deal. And so I emailed her and expressed all the concerns that his mother had given to me or said to me, and she never even responded to me. So it's a little bit frustrating that she's not really on board with us. And so my supervisor and I emailed this child's mother, and we recommended that she enforce that he not be let after school anymore, and we encouraged her to kind of email the assistant principal and recommend it. So we kind of almost went around her, but it's difficult because I personally am frustrated, and I'm just, I'm the intern, but I can't imagine for my supervisor how frustrating this is that, she's advocating for the student and trying to help the student, and it's not being taken seriously by other members of the team. So I'm just wondering if anyone has ever dealt with this kind of situation at their placement, and if maybe the administrators or the higher ups don't hear you, what you say, and that it makes your job advocating for your clients difficult. I hope everyone has a great week, and I'll see you soon.